Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProfitMoney.com, and in this video we are going to talk about Capital One's new, at least I think they're new, for good credit cards that have been added to their website, at least since the last time I saw their website. But anyway, before we talk about that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So I was on the Capital One website today, and I noticed that there were more cards listed, but there weren't really more cards. There were just these new versions of some of the existing cards that now were the card that already existed, but it said for good credit after the name of the card. So basically a new version of 3 of the no annual fee cards that Capital One offers. Now the term good credit gets thrown around kind of loosely. Someone might look at a credit card and say, oh, you need good credit for that, when what they really mean is you need excellent credit for that, or you need really good credit for that. So when we're talking about there being these new cards that are for good credit, what those actually are not excellent credit cards. They are watered down versions, diluted versions, weakened versions of Capital One's existing cards that they have said traditionally are for excellent credit. Now what that means in practice is that if you can't qualify for one of the excellent credit versions of these cards, perhaps you could qualify for the good credit version, but if you do, that means you are going to have the bonuses taken away. You're going to have a higher interest rate, and if there's any 0% offers, those are going away. However, those cards would remain no annual fee, and the everyday rewards would be the same. For example, the Capital One SavorOne rewards card, as we have known it, the excellent credit version offers you 3% cash back on dining and entertainment, 2% back on grocery purchases, 1% back everywhere else. It has a bonus opportunity, as I'm making this video, of $150 if you spend $500 in the first 3 months. It also has a 0% offer on purchases for the first 15 months, and then after those first 15 months you'd have an interest rate that could be anywhere from 15.49 to 25.49. Again, as I'm making this video, that is what I'm seeing. On the other hand, the for good credit version of this card, still no annual fee, still same rewards, 3% cash back on dining and entertainment, 2% on groceries, 1% everywhere else, but no bonus, no 0% offer on purchases for the first 15 months, and the interest rate, as I make this video, 26.99%. Same thing with the Capital One VentureOne and the Quicksilver rewards. You still have no annual fee. You still have the same rewards as the excellent credit versions, but no bonus, no 0% offer, and a 26.99% interest rate as I make this video. And the cards look the same. They are simply stripped down versions of those excellent credit originals. So this sort of brings up two questions. The first one being, why did Capital One add these to its website? And then the second question being, what does Capital One consider good credit versus excellent credit? As far as the first question, why have they added these to their website? I can only guess, but my guess would be, at least part of my guess would be, that these excellent credit versions of the cards, especially in a time where credit card companies are sort of upping the standards as to what it takes to get their cards, they probably had fewer people applying for them because people don't want to apply for an excellent credit card if they feel like they are going to get turned down. So maybe these new for good credit versions are a way to widen the net and get some more applications in, but obviously you are then asking for applications for people whose credit scores are a little lower. So if you strip out the bonus and take away some of the other things that you would give to the excellent credit customers, well, then you can sort of hedge your bets. All right, so let's see how Capital One defines good credit. Here's the statement they put that you should be able to sort of agree to if you have good credit, and that is, I have not declared bankruptcy or defaulted on a loan in the past 5 years. I have a credit card or loan and have not been more than 30 days late on a payment in the last year. So that doesn't seem like a super high hurdle, no defaults in the last 5 years and no lates in the last year. However, before I compare this to excellent credit, I should also compare it to what Capital One considers fair credit, because that's also relevant here. So under the fair credit section, as Capital One defines it, fair credit could mean, yes, I have defaulted in the past 5 years, or I've had a credit card or other credit for less than 3 years. So while Capital One doesn't say so under the definition of good credit, the fact that under fair credit it says I have had a credit card for less than 3 years means that a lot of people that are fairly new to credit probably would not qualify as good credit, which means even less likely they would qualify as excellent credit. Well, so then what is excellent credit? I've never declared bankruptcy or defaulted on a loan. I haven't been more than 60 days late on any credit card, medical bill, or loan in the last year. I've had a loan or credit card for 3 years or more with a credit limit above $5,000. So with all that said, I'm not quite sure what to make of Capital One's new 4 Good Credit cards, because in the past, I know people have gone after the Quicksilver rewards card, for example, even though it says excellent credit, and got the card when they didn't have all that much credit history, and their credit score was pretty good, but wasn't what I would consider to be excellent credit, not up in the 750s or 760s, but maybe in the low 700s. So I'm not sure if Capital One is saying we have upped the standards and we're putting this sort of mid-tier card in there to show you that you still could qualify, but you're no longer going to get the bonus, or if they are saying we want more applications, and if you were afraid to apply for that excellent credit card, here is a card that you probably could qualify for, and you don't have to worry so much about applying and being rejected. One of the things that annoys people who are building their credit about Capital One is the fact that Capital One hits all 3 credit bureaus when you apply for a new credit card with them. So every time you apply for a credit card, you're going to have a hard inquiry, but other credit card companies oftentimes only hit one of the credit bureaus, sometimes 2. Capital One hits all 3, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So that means if you apply for a Capital One card, they hit all of those, and it hurts your credit score a little bit with each credit bureau. And then you get declined. That means your credit scores went down and you didn't even get the credit card. And so then if you go somewhere else and you want a credit card, you now have a lower credit score than you did when you started with Capital One. So perhaps with these 4 Good credit cards, this is a way for those people who are a little worried about having those hits from Capital One to know that they have a better chance of getting approved than maybe they thought they did to begin with. So this makes it a little difficult to know what strategy to take if you are someone that is sort of on the borderline. If you're not sure if you're good credit or excellent credit, should you apply for the watered down version with no bonus just because you feel like you'll probably get approved for the card, or should you go after the excellent credit card anyway, even though you know that the chances of being rejected are more because you want that bonus if you can get it? Now, another thing to throw into the mix here is that at the bottom of the application for those excellent credit versions of the cards is a message that says, if you don't qualify, we may consider you for other cards. We'll only check your credit once. So for me, if I'm figuring out how to play this, I read that and I think, well, I might as well go after the excellent credit version, because it sounds to me like if I don't qualify for that excellent credit version, they'll probably offer me the watered down version anyway. So why not go for the one where I would get the bonus if I qualify, and I'll just get the watered down version anyway. So for me, I would take the chance probably on the potential hit of being rejected completely. But if you're someone that, is feeling like you maybe have been, rebuilding your credit for a long time and you don't want to take the hit and potentially not get the card, I can see why you might apply for the good credit card. But for me, I probably would take the chance, even if my credit score was a little bit lower, and not worry that much about it and just assume that Capital One's going to set me up with that good credit card if I sort of meet the qualifications of what they said good credit actually means. I personally don't think hard inquiries are all that big of a deal unless you've been applying for a lot of cards. If you've got a half dozen cards that you've applied for in the last year, I can see why you don't want to potentially go after another one that's going to put a hit on your credit score and maybe you won't get the card. But for me, really not that big of a deal, but of course it's your credit history and your credit score that you need to worry about. So that said, I would love to hear your thoughts, especially if you're someone that falls squarely in that good credit area. Is this appealing to you to get a stripped down version? Or perhaps if you are someone that is sort of between fair and good credit, you're not even quite sure where you land. Is this something that you would consider going after one of these cards, even if it meant that you weren't going to get a bonus? Please put your comments and thoughts in the comments box below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thank you for watching. Bye.